slowed to a little crumble. Not quite finding those shots. And the Infinity, I feel like they might want to disengage from this. Either that or they're going to try and move all the way up to this hillside and get the full flank. But I feel like disengagement might just be the order of the day here.
Yeah, I think if FaZe can get rid of the Infinity here, it makes their push on the south side so much easier. God Tunny's already swung out extremely wide. We know he loves to play these kind of positions for the team. Playing as a 3 does make it slightly more dangerous. And it is curious to me that this is what the default to in a 3v4 scenario is sending God Tunny out wide. And I wonder if it's a case of like, if they get an extra knock, yes, they can take that 3v4. If they take a knock themselves, they have a position to retreat to. So God Tunny kind of plays this anchor role for the team, which is not bad. And it means they can get a little bit further in the game.
Taking shots, God Tunny lands it to MF5, but doesn't get the knock. Tony K as well takes a little bit of flack, but they'll all be okay. 3 defeats so far for FaZe. They're just looking to hold on this outside. Should be okay for now.
Yeah, and I think for the Infinity, I would say this is what happens, is that they will default to this 3v4 scenario with God Tunny in the back anchor. They can get back up towards. He gets away, has Logan in tow, which it seems to always be Logan as well as God Tunny. I believe it was Mela taking point. So really interesting playstyle from the Infinity, always cutting their losses, which is potentially a reason why they are so far towards the top of the tables. It's just because they're consistently making points regardless of whether they have a bad fight in the early game. Whereas you might see some other teams take that 4v4, all go down earlier on. And yes, it doesn't look good for the Infinity having only 2, but at least they have chances to get more points later on.
The Xavier there now, not quite out of the woods yet. Over on the eastern side, still near Genesis Dogma. Yang trying to leave this location, but it's dangerous. Tumbles down the hill in the buggy, hoping against hope that a stray divot doesn't quite catch the tire in the wrong way and you go spinning out. Makes it back to the rest of the team. That was a death run for you, Yang. The fact that you came out that unscathed is a miracle, Blank.
It really is. Now, I would say that this is 100% targeted now, without a doubt. Purely because Genesis Dogma could be in such a better position right now over the Xavier, considering they're in front, they can move forward into the circle, but they're opting to stick around here versus the Xavier. So it doesn't matter for them if they go out in this game. This is what it feels like to me. They don't need to get a huge amount of points. They're already in 4th place off the back of that last game, John. So, and that's after 1 match played in league play. So they can take their time and ruin the chances here for Miramar, but the Xavier.
Although easier said than done, apparently. 2 players down for Genesis Dogma, out in the open field as well. Very difficult to res. And Booms and Nickel not really in the greatest of spots to get back for this one. There's the off angles as well. Lamborghini should just be able to pick up these defeats and add to their points total. I mean, they lose Duck, sure, and that's going to slow them down, and maybe that's what they're looking to do. It doesn't matter if they go down. It's just whether or not DXavier make it as well.
Yeah, and that's exactly it, John. It's like DXavier now have a really tough run into the circle. They'll be coming off the back of the blue at zone 3, so it is hard for them. I do think it's going to be very difficult to knock DXavier out of the Super Weekend, considering they're starting this game in 3rd place with 30 points. They have played 3 of their matches so far, so 3 out of the 6. 3 out of the 8, sorry. So it is going to be very difficult to keep the Xavier out if they keep scoring like this. And Genesis Dogma only have so many chances to make it happen.
Yeah, I feel like they might be fighting a losing battle, trying to control the qualification to this Super Weekend. But then what happens if we get into the Super Weekend and they're playing the same game, right? If they're going to be looking for that, because remember, DXavier only 1 Super Weekend played so far with a total of 106 points. They are very much at risk, and one of those teams below Nova that we were talking about, one of the 6 that would prove to be pretty crucial for Nova if they want to not be overtaken in those leaderboards.
Yeah, and they can keep that consistent in the Super Weekend as well and make life even rougher for the guys from DXavier. Remember, there's no rewards here for the Super Weekends other than getting to the finals. Genesis Dogma have all but secured that. So again, they can keep that going. DRS, guys, come in from 4 rivals. Sorry, Max. I don't think it's going to be this game. It's going to come at some point. At some point, 4 rivals will get a chicken dinner. I'm not sure when, but they certainly deserve one.
Yeah, I mean, they've had such an impact on this lobby, but just never been able to close out in those final moments. Tongjabao They're finding knocks sent their way left and right. Manhan now last standing for the squad and out no man's land as well. Very difficult position to play from. The circle shifts southeast towards the Monte Nuevo crossroads, but not quite on it. Genesis Dogma, DX Xavier on the eastern side might actually have some of the best locations here.
Yeah, it's actually funny how this has panned out. Again, though, DX Xavier, they're kind of trapped on this eastern side of Monte Nuevo, but it's still a good position to play from. There's not many teams in this area, most coming down from that northwest side. Remember, we had that massive shift earlier on in the game around Zone 2. So a lot of these teams will have to move down from that side. DRS, they're all the way up to the northern side. They took down a lot of the players from Team Secret, so it's a good start to the game from them. Again, they really need to start getting those points on the board for themselves, though, because I don't think they're sat very pretty at the moment after having one match played and 0 points so far. So this game, second game for them on Miramar, has to be good.
DRS pushing in from the north side. Getting some healing done. Trying to move into the suburbs. Being a little bit gentrified. House prices have rocketed.
Wow, there's a lot of people around here. Deadeye's guys looking out towards them. I think the Deadeye guys really do want to make it into this Super Weekend. The way they're playing indicates that. They're very much trying to take point, trying to take position wherever they can. So historically, their Miramars haven't been great. They get into one position and then just kind of crumble from that spot when other teams start taking shots towards them. Though they have been able to block off DRS. Again, that's with the help of 628, I believe.
Ooh, Team Secret eliminated in the meantime. Enigma Galaxy on the western end have dealt with it, handled it. We'll be able to push in behind MS Chonburi. Deadeye's guys and DRS with 2 players on the hold, looking for a knock, a spray. The first one's good. AJ lands the final shot of the spray there. It's only 1 knock, and they need a lot more than that. Fragboy moves in around the corner, doesn't find the shots that he's looking for, and actually gets suppressed back. That's a second, not quite knock. I thought that might have been a knock. I fooled myself just a little bit. Mafia Ninja and AJ now, their health bars going down as the nades tickle around them. The 628 have eyes on.
This is a crazy push from Deadeye, guys. I'm not too sure about it or how it's occurred, but again, 2 players very low. DRS, we know they're able to fight in a 2v4 scenario. AJ did it last game with that double knock coming through with a nade. Well, we'll come back to that fight later, I suppose. Tong Jiabao moving down. Manhan on the side. Rico Infinity team also in that area. I don't think he's long for this world, John.
It'll be tricky. Depends how much Rico Infinity team know about his position. Right, they have to be worried about it, sure. I mean, he's in the shack. It's going to be a location they're going to stop by. DRS in the meantime, only AJ now standing in the face of Deadeye's guys. He's not quite finding the shot there. 5 defeats so far for Deadeye's guys. Manhan does get spotted out by Rico Infinity team on that push. AJ now struggling. I don't think it's going to last too long, but still going, still trucking.
Yeah, honestly, for Deadeye guys, this is not a good situation for them. Ooh. AJ takes down 1, will remove another player, and it's just making it harder now for Deadeye guys. Yes, they get the 1 knock, but they're going to come under fire from other teams. Cryptics versus Rico Infinity team finds the double. Lazy Boy making it happen.
Only the 1 left across the way as well for Rico Infinity team. Everybody else is handled, dispatched, and Prestiga very low as well. Needs to get this heal off, needs to bide time. FaZe controlling the valley beneath them as Ralph falls as well. Freak just before. Ventores backed off the ridgeline, but still excellent result to open up on the ground that they have in front of them.
FaZe looking for more points within this lobby, and that's fair enough. You're going to try and take as many as you can. Last game didn't go the way they wanted it to, but they still got a lot of points on board for FaZe. So their Super Weekend looking closer in their sights at the moment. But Nova, this is the big team I'm looking at. Shifu from Deadeye guys has a very good outpost versus Cryptics. Shots coming through, but it's about 1 billion bullets sent back his way.
Told to sit, will do so. Back down the stairs, looking for that res, and the sightlines not going to control. MS Chonburi trying everything to get into this circle, but there's so many people looking their way. I mean, you've got MS Chonburi looking to control this. You have FaZe looking down the hill as well. Enigma Galaxy. Just Hamodi on the ground. Lord looking to get this res. So maybe a little bit of an opening, maybe a little bit of respite for the Sharks. Nova sat atop this hill. excellent compound, excellent control, and set to make a lot of points here.
Yeah, they've defeated 6 people as well, so they've got a fair few elimination points on the cards for them. It's looking really good. DXavier's managed to move their way up, and they're just sitting pretty underneath Nova, basically being protected by the bodyguards at the door, who are Nova at the time being. DXavier just wandering in the club, looking good.
Order shuffles a little bit to the left, and it's going to be good. Lazy boy. Oh dear, he's backed off there. Sliver of HP, just about keeping Cryptics in it. Last player standing for them. 5 points so far in the game. The circle does move away from Nova's position though, Blake.
Which isn't ideal. Again, they still have this high ground to play around with, which is good. They just can't afford to take any knocks. Looking as the back behind this pyramid. The tiniest pyramid we've ever seen.
It's not big.
It's a wonder in of itself.
Phenomenal. Nova, though, will have to move back along this ridgeline, right? And towards FaZe, who do have a foothold in this next circle. DXavia, I feel like they're probably in one of the toughest spots, along with Genesis Dogma 628 and everybody else on that northern side who's going to have to move through Nova. But the question is, when do Nova move?
Yeah, smoke's going to be crucial here for DXavia if they want to make it in. Again, they do have a lot of positions to play around to keep themselves safe. But I do think at this point in time, although we're already getting up to 8th place at the moment, DXavia, it's going to be very hard to stop them to get into Super Weekend. Looking good so far in the lobby. 628 have to go against Deadeye guys. They've seen this fight for a long, long time. Sunan flies over, but will get put down mid-air and come crashing back down to the ground.
Only 2 players for Deadeye's guys still alive after their scrap in the compounds across these hillsides. But they'll keep on surviving. Meantime, Nova now under pressure. Nade over towards Paraboy finds its mark as Enigma Galaxy are locked in horn combat of their own, but Nova struggling in this warehouse.
Yeah, Lamborghini hits a big nade onto one of the most important players on the team, and now it really is time for the rest of the team to stand up tall, because honestly, Paraboy's been doing so much of the work, and now this is a good test for Nova, see how far they can get out of this one. It was not an easy push for DXavia whatsoever, but that fight has started quite frankly tragically for Nova, and now DXavia have a real chance to get through to the end zones and the end amount of teams.
And in the blink of an eye, DXavia, they now have... Oh, no, sorry. Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong team. I was like, hang on a minute. Didn't they just have 2 elims the other second? But no, they're on 3. I was looking at Deadeye's guys instead, who are up on 8, by the way. They've had a hard-fought position here. FaZe, they have all 4 alive, though, and they have the high ground on this fight.
This is going to be an interesting Super Week we're coming into, but it's already an interesting league play with Enigma Galaxy getting so many points here and getting to the end of last game too. They do take 1 down. Now Deadeye's guys can look to get some more, but FaZe will finish off that final player. And with this position that you mentioned before, right on top of the hillside, it's time for FaZe Clan to stand up tall.
They're looking for their victory here. They're looking for that chicken dinner. They've got a really solid spot. The circle goes to them again. Nova once more going to have to leave. DXavia, I feel like they've weathered this storm. I feel like they have deserved to be here now, Blank.
Yeah, the coats have been pulled tightly around them. They've got the hoods up. That hood won't protect you from one nade coming your way. Rabbers takes another. Nova's been managed to get all 3 members back up and standing. Now DXavia slowly have to push their way in, but that Molotov, beautiful, will take down Rabbers. Now just down to 2 for DXavia.
FaZe have got eyes on to DXavia's position and Nova's, but DXavia are going to have to push out first. Oh, if that had gone in the window, that would be curtains for Deadeye's guys, but not quite going to happen. A lot of damage sent out their way, and with the blue zone crunching in just 2 seconds, you need to heal that up fast. I think you can even see the magazines there. Has to jump out, goes down, and does get traded, but the blue zone is there and forces out the fight. Won't go well for Deadeye's guys as they go down in 5th.
Tony K looking ridiculously good. Genesis Dogma still 1 player. It's booms. But not long for this world as Corpai spots him from along the way. I love that shot as well. It's like, I'm safe. No, you're not. He's down. So FaZe now up to the top 3 with DXavia still within this one. And like you said, they have been buffeted by the waves, by the lightning and the thunder. But now they're bringing some of their own into the lobby.
I don't see any way that FaZe don't win this flank. I just think that 4 players, all of those sightlines, DXavier going down, getting eliminated out in third. They made it pretty far against all the odds, and now Nova gonna have to leave their building with FaZe controlling all of the ground.
This game for Nova is actually very, very important. This might be one of the only times potentially that they get to this kind of spot in the circles. So Nova without Paraboy, this is their test. They're doing well so far, but it's versus FaZe with 4 players and 11 limbs.
Corpine close, spots order breaking to the wall, but maybe looking to put a Molotov, a nade, anything, and they are just getting burned down. Nova try and make their egress, but they will fall in the face of FaZe. And FaZe Clan take